Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So my buddies and I spent about 4 or 5 days in Point Pleasant, New Jersey here recently. And we traveled up and down the coast and fished on several different boats, did several different trips. But this day in particular, we're fishing on the Dauntless party fishing boat that was right out of Point Pleasant. And actually it was within walking distance of our hotel, which was pretty cool. But it's kind of a funny story how we ended up on this boat. So the day before, it was blowing like crazy out of the southeast and the ocean was really rough and nobody was going out. It was basically a blow day. Everybody was just kind of hanging around the dock. And I woke up early, grabbed my rod, and decided to walk down to the inlet, see if I could catch a couple fluke. Well, I was walking by where the Dauntless was docked, and one of the crew members said, "Hey man, you fluking?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just wandering around looking for spots, see if I can get a fluke or two." And he said, "Well, right off the end of the dock here is a good spot. Usually, go ahead and take a few casts." So I did. It looked like a good deep cut, and the tide was moving. I didn't end up catching any fluke there, but I did catch a couple later down in the inlet. But anyway, I thought it was really nice that he offered to just let me take a few casts off the end of the dock. So the next morning when we were looking for a boat to jump on, I said, "Hey, let's jump on the Dauntless." The guy was nice enough to let me fluke off his dock, so we did. We got on it first thing in the morning, and we actually thought we were going fluking. We had our fluke rods all rigged up with bucktails and teasers, and I ended up talking to the mate on the way out. He's like, "No man, we're not going fluking, we're going wreck fishing." And I was like, "Oh crap," I wasn't sure our rods would be heavy enough. We didn't have the right rigs obviously, but first mate Justin is a really cool guy. He helped us get all rigged up. You can see we're just using like a high-low rig with clams, and the lower hook of the high-low was right down near the sinker, so it kind of drag bottom. And we were fishing 150 to 200 feet of water, and the current wasn't bad, and they did anchor up on the wreck, so we ended up being fine. Right off the bat we were catching ling, and right here I'm about to set the hook on one, and they were fun to catch. They bite hard, they fight hard, and they are good to eat, although the meat's a little softer, so you don't want to freeze them unless you absolutely have to. But we were hammering these ling, but the captain and the mate said there's winter flounder down there too, and I really wanted to get into some of these winter flounder. So what I ended up doing, and it worked really well, is I cut the hook off my bottom leader of the high-low, and I put a much smaller hook on because these winter flounder have really small mouths. And I put a number 2 Gamakatsu octopus hook on there, and right away, like my next drop, I caught a winter flounder. And when I actually got one up and saw how small their mouths were, I figured that small hook was going to be clutch. So anyway, we ended up getting quite a few ling and some nice winter flounder, and I actually caught a keeper cod too, which I wasn't expecting. I guess the moral of the story is, if you go out and do this wreck fishing and you want to target these winter flounder, definitely downsize your hooks. You want a stout, small, sharp hook like the Gamakatsu number 2 octopus, and you'll do much better sticking these flounder. Yeah, that little one, man. That little octopus is the ticket, dude, because I was missing those bites. Look how small their mouths are.
Yeah.
Flounder. Yo. Hold on a second, let me find my hooks. Yes. Yes, it is not hard. Yeah, man. Steal out all of Marty's Miller Lights. Yeah, like 13 and a half.
Yep.
Dauntless does these deeper water wreck fishing trips on a regular basis throughout the summer. So if you're hanging out on the Jersey Shore and you want to change of pace from the usual party boat fluking, definitely check them out. It ended up being a really fun and interesting trip. So the captain was jamming some music throughout the day, which I didn't mind at all. His song selection was great, and it was great for fishing, but it's not great for YouTube because YouTube's really good at catching any copyrighted music nowadays and just taking your video right down. So I'm just going to turn the rest of the video into a flounder slapping montage with a bonus keeper cod. So hit me up in comments, let me know what you think, and enjoy the video.